Oh, you all. Hello. It is Tisk day. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. I would like to spit this out really quickly without going on a rant. A part of me want to go on a rant because of the disappointment of the fact that we've been doing this for centuries. We've been on this planet for centuries, but yet we are centuries behind. So it's one of those things where, like, and I'm speaking of the blacks. Here, there, or anywhere. It's not even just an American thing. It's like collectively, because it's like even if you're not an American Negro, it seems like that black skin or those naps, it just leaves a certain impression, and you would hope it'd be, oh, it should be good, right? I do no wrong. No, it's actually terrible, because where you are right now in this moment, and I don't know if I want to say just go ahead and pass the torch to the youth who there's hope for, and y'all grown ass black men and women, quote unquote blacks, get your asses out the way because y'all are a disgrace. You are a disgrace. And I don't want to just beat up on the black men like, oh, you black men, because it's black women too. Because we're both out of order. We are both out of our position. One side says the men is supposed to be leading. Another side says, hey, the women's supposed to be leading because we are the true mothers of the earth. We're the one that give birth to these pieces of shit. So then a part of me also understands why these black men are upset at the black women. I'm thinking like, hey, if you're supposed to be the leader, why are you upset at the black women? Because it was a black woman that gave birth to you and that created you into that beast, that piece of shit that you are today. So a part of me understands now. At first I'm thinking like, hello? But now I understand. Because we all play a role in this shit called shit that we're living in and that we're going through right now. So I would tell you quote unquote black men that feel like you're on top, and you quote unquote black women that feel like you're on top, pass the torch to the youth who there is hope for. Put your glasses on and find some of the youth who there's hope for. For instance, pass the torch to the young man that's making gasoline out of plastic. There's a lot of young men and women, young melanated men and women that are actually doing a lot. They're creating things and they're doing what they're supposed to do, but they're probably low key, so they don't wind up missing or getting death threats like the young man with the gasoline, which actually is a good thing. That shows his courage. I'm willing to put my life in danger and get death threats for making some damn gasoline. You would think he's building a bomb. No. Now other people, now Pink Man or Pink Boy, he can build a bomb in peace. He can shoot up a school in peace. But you, it seems like you can't do what you're supposed to do without the overseers coming and hating and coming to kick it down. But the fact that he's doing it anyway, as a young melanated man, that actually gives me hope. Oh, there is hope for the future. So that's why I'm telling these elderly or the older black men and women, pass the torch and you go to the abyss. And I only say that because it seems like our quote unquote black men and black women at the top, y'all are sellouts at best. And then the black men and the black women at the bottom are dead, missing, homosexual, dependent, and etc. So you're a disgrace at the end of the day. And now you can say, what? That ain't me. And you're the only one out of the whole bunch. Collectively, we ain't shit. And that's why I'm able to say that now. And again, a part of me want to just blame the quote-unquote black man or black woman, but it's both collectively, which is why everything has gone to shit. That's why I say go ahead and pass the torch now, because I'm going to break the news to you. At this point, there is no hope, at least for the older ones, especially the elders. Especially the elders. Like I said, y'all, yeah. The reason why they're getting nipped out right now. And I'm not being rude. I can only speak on what's really going on in the spiritual realm and what's really coming to fruition. The elders are getting pushed down the stairs, voluntarily or involuntarily, and the runner-ups are about as useless as they come as well. Because another part mentioned, like, okay, what we'll celebrate and what we'll uplift is crime. We'll celebrate crime. If I'm selling drugs, or if I just got out of prison after serving 50 years, I'm going to get a birthday party. But if I'm on the run because someone's trying to kill me because I'm making gasoline or because I just want the right to live, I don't think I'll have that much support from the nigger community. So first of all, our priorities are effed up. Second of all, we are mentally ill beyond approach, because let you tell her, ain't nothing wrong with me. I eat fried chicken. Yes, there is a lot wrong with you. There's a lot wrong with you. And it's showing in your children. And then it's showing in your numbers too, because it's like, look at you. Put on your spiritual glasses and look at how they operate. You have grown ass black men and black women that will get their nigger asses online and to talk down on their own black community but will keep quiet about the stuff that the pinks are doing. And it's not to say that, oh, okay, well, I'm going to keep it in the family. Like, again, if I got something to say, I'm only going to talk about the naps. Okay, perfectly fine. But don't do it to please massa. There's a lot going on in the world. And here's the thing. You got your messy ass content creators like Anton Daniel, Modern Renaissance Man, which are two niggers that are very fucking annoying to me. But what I know for sure they didn't report on, I know for sure they didn't report on that brawl that broke out. Now, mind you, this is all pink ass, grown ass men. Tore up a, what is it called? The Bass Pro, like that fishing gear shop. I think it's called the Bass Pro Shop. So they have like fishing and hunting gear, stuff like that. So basically there was a grand opening somewhere. I guess it don't even matter where it was at because, you know, pink people act a fool anyway, but they just don't get reported on. But basically at the grand opening, tore the store up. Everybody fighting. Not just one or two people. The whole store fighting. Whole store tore up. So about 100 pink ass, grown ass pink men fighting and tearing up the store. And do you think any of these messy nigger ass content creators reported them? No, but if it was a bunch of niggers doing it, they would have reported that. And this is what's wrong with the world. And these are the niggers that are on top. You're on social media. This is what the youth come to look at you for advice or look at you to get the current events. And you're only reporting on the wicked ways of the naps. While Massa can do no wrong. And when he does do wrong, y'all want to turn y'all nappy heads up to the side like you didn't see nothing. And this is what's wrong with the world. Even with like your Candace, you know what I mean? Like these quote unquote blacks that call themselves for the blacks, but you are the death, you are going to be the death of us. Because of your representation, putting us in a nasty negative light. And if all you got to show is the negativity, you go ahead and take yourself out as well. You scoot to the left. Scoot to the left. Seriously. Because at a time such as this, we don't need no more of that. We don't need to be brought down and out there. I think we're already at ground level. It's only up for here. Once you're so low, once you hit the ground where it's you and the pavement, you can only go up from there. Okay? We already at rock bottom. We don't need any niggers keeping us at rock bottom. So that's a huge problem. Now it's another thing to say, hey, beating you out of your wicked ways versus talking about you and kicking you while you're down. Okay? There's too many niggers like that that's ready to kick you when you're down. Too many niggers ready to sell out. Like I say, the ones on the top are sellouts at best. That's why I say that y'all step down, pass the torch, and you can go to the abyss, to say the least. Okay? Because again, the one on the girl on the ground, at best, you're dead, homosexual, dependent, and reckless. You got your priorities effed up. And I'm not saying they're not good people, good quote-unquote black men, women, and children on the ground, but you need your glasses to see them. That you're not going to be the ones that's on TV. You're not the ones in the rap videos. You're not the ones that's on top on social media. So the good ones are blended in with the BS. And if all I'm seeing is BS, that means the majority, that means throw the baby out with the bathwater. So before we do that, pass the torch to the youth who there is hope for, and then you take yourself out the way, the long way. Another thing, too, that these niggers aren't reporting on is that we're being colonized all over again. And again, you'll think like, oh, it's pink people that colonize me. It's the Asians that colonize me. It's these people that colonize me. No, right now you're being colonized by Muslim nations. They're coming in by the droves, taking over the government, which is nothing new. Foreigners have always been running the government. But taking over the government, taking over the hoods, taking over cities, taking over religion. I'm like, hello? How can you take over religion? I'm not even religious. Oh, well, you will be when they get done with you. But notice how these niggers on top are not talking about it. Niggers in politics are not talking about it because they're sellouts at best. They're going to be the death of you. You don't have to worry about your enemies taking you out. It's your own fellow nappy head is going to do it. And this is why I'm looking at niggers like y'all are more dangerous than a bullet to the head. Because you won't see this one coming. I'm looking up to you thinking that you're this nigger represents me. They represent me in politics. You represent me in the music industry. You represent me on TV. No, you don't. And if they are going to represent you, it's going to be in a negative, the most nastiest light that they can find. And now let's say like we both stole from the store. You got a black that stole from the store, and you got an other that stole from the store. The black is going to get past her. Oh, typical. Usual suspects. Oh, LaQuisha and Lamonte robbed the stores. They're the face of looting. But never mind how these other people got here. They had to steal and do crimes and kill to even get here, to get next to you to make you look bad. And none of these niggers on top reports them. They don't. They'll talk about you like a dog. You'll talk about the ones who's been victimized. I guess it is safe to call quote unquote blacks victims at this point. Because if you're the punching bag, you're supposed to be the quote unquote least of us all, or the dumbest of us all, or the brokest of us all, which isn't true, but you're wearing the light of it. And yet people want to go out of their way to kick you when you're down, as if you're the only one that does wrong, and got people believing that. You want to have me in a sick delusion? Pass the torch. Go ahead and pass the torch. Because a lot of people like that, these useless niggers, are about to start to get eliminated. All of them. All of them. Your Candace Owens, your Anton Daniels, Modern Renaissance Man. What's the other guy that, those black sports news talkers? Basically those useless ass niggers that are on TV. Yeah. You're about to get swept away, because at this point, if you're useless, along with the people on the ground, if you're useless, you will be eliminated. Call it population control. Call it genocide, whatever you want to call it. Your ass will be eliminated. And not by me. This is natural order. I'm reporting on what is to come and what is happening right now. That's the only thing I can do is report. But what I can see, what I'm reporting on right now, is the uselessness of the nigger community. I mean, useless. Y'all will praise crime. Y'all will praise criminals. Y'all will praise foolishness, but you won't praise independence. Nobody was happy that, other than those bitter ass black men, nobody was happy that food stamps was going out of business. Now, I understand you grew up doing that, and y'all been doing this shit for about 100 years, but you should be grateful for that. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Now I know that you had me by the pussy this whole time, and now I know that I can use that to say, hey, oh wow, although it's traumatizing that you take away the food stamps, it's good to know that you don't have me by the balls anymore. But no one's seen it that way. They seen it as, oh, you're trying to starve me, you're trying to kill me. No, they can kill you in other ways. They can starve you in other ways, because it's not like you're getting any nutrition from that food anyway. So to tell you the truth, you're already malnourished. So, yeah, that didn't push anybody into independence. What it did, though, is pushed you into crime. That's why I say people like that, and it's not, this ain't just a quote-unquote black thing as far as the food stamps things, but I was just wondering, I'm just basically zooming in on the alternative. When you take stuff from me, what is the alternative? And if my alternative is crime, go ahead and step down. Pass the torch and step down. Actually, don't pass that torch, because y'all don't need to pass that on. Just step down to the abyss. Step down. Literally, if you're still dependent at a time such as this, step down to the abyss. Basically, what I'm saying, go ahead and remove yourself from the situation before the sweeper comes through, because that's what's going to happen. If you're useless and have the nerve to be able-bodied, step down to the abyss. Okay? Because if you're sitting back waiting on food stamps, or if you're sitting back waiting on any type of help that can be taken away, and then have the nerve to complain about it, go ahead and step down. Okay? Because again, there's no healthy alternatives other than crime, and that's all you know is crime. We don't need any more crime. We got crime on a regular day. We don't need it when shit goes bad. So right now we need to be focusing on the alternative. Now we need to get more hands-on. Put your hands and feet together. The same way that you collect those weed seeds to plant the weeds so you can have some weed to grow. Plant those same seeds that you're going to be killing people over as far as that produce in there. Plant that. And therefore you can start growing your own garden. And if you want to get extra fancy, you can do this farm style. And a lot of people say, well, that sounds easier said than done. Well, guess what? Everything that you do starts off as a thought. Even if I say, you know what? I'm going to give all the niggers Kool-Aid. I got to think of it first. Go get the Kool-Aid, whip it up, and then offer your ass a glass. You see how that works? You make a plan first, piece it together with your like-minded tribe, and you make the shit happen. And you've been doing it. And that's another thing, too. Since when have you been dependent? They've been riding your ass since they swam here, and somehow then they switched the roles. Oh, now you come to me for food, clothes, water, and shelter while I'm wearing your robe. How does that sound? But that's where we're at right now, as far as the quote-unquote blacks. That's why it's like I figured, if you got time to be distracted, you need one right in between the eyes. Because if you don't realize your position right now in this world, in this moment, then obviously you are a part of the problem. You're going to be the ones that's robbing Peter to pay Paul. Or you're probably doing it right now, because you're content with being the problem. Also, if you're content with being broke, and I don't want to hear, we can't, we don't have a job, we can't. But when it's time to rob somebody, you don't say we can't. When the food stamps shut down, you didn't say you can't rob the stores. The first thing you're going to do is rob the stores. So again, you have the alternative. You just got unhealthy alternatives. So again, if all you know is destruction, step down to the abyss. Hell's mouth is wide open waiting on you. So it's best for you to take yourself there instead of getting sent there. Take yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're useless. The earth has no use for you, nor does the people on the ground. Okay? Because if you're just going to be a problem at the end of the day, it's like, do the math. Do the math. Right now, it's cleanup, population control. The ones at the top, the entities at the top are looking how the hell to get rid of the people on the ground. And one of them is to tamper with the food, clothes, water, shelter, and the air, which is working very well, to tell you the truth. Causing health problems, yeah, so that part is working. But again, we already have a lot working against us, and the last thing we need is our own fellow nappy heads rising up against stuff. And if that's your goal, is to just to make the blacks look bad, or to throw stones, or to kick people when they're down, go ahead and send yourself to the abyss. Send yourself there. Because that's your next destination any damn way. Even when people are in a hurry, I never understood that too. Like when you're in a hurry, I'm speeding, flying through lights and speeding and about to run somebody over, and it's like, what's the hurry if hell is your next destination? You know damn well if you get into a car accident, you're going straight to hell. You're not making a stop in it, you're going straight to hell, because that's your next destination. So what the hell is the hurry? And then when it's time to have your life flash before your eyes, or time to go to hell, then you're going to wish you had more time. So it's like the shit that people do on the ground, right here in this moment, and then want a second chance when it's time to go to hell. No, it don't work like that. Get right now, so you don't have to be crying and kicking when it's time to go to hell. That's all I'm saying. Right now, it's cleanup. Ain't nobody getting salvaged right now. Only thing you're going to do is get rolled up in that damn rug and sent to hell. That's literally what's happening. I'm reporting on this. This ain't nothing now. This ain't my damn plan. Because if it was my plan, I would be talking about it. Your eyes would just be, you have two X's in your eyes. But this is not my plan. I can only report on what the hell is going on in the spiritual realm and what has already came to fruition. And right now, we're in the presence of the shadow of death. You know that? Wow, you walk into the shadow of death, you got all these bodies around here, and guess what? I'm fearing no evil. That's where we're at. I want to do all that. Leviticus, you quote the Bible, we'll quote this. This is the part where people will be falling to your right and left, because it's happening right now. They already got bodies, or graves, you can call it, stacked up, and then bodies sitting around. And right now, for us, all it would take is another tragedy. We already got crazy weather coming. So we're supposed to have rain, snow, ice, and the winter is coming, if it's not already here. And that means there's nothing keeping another storm from coming. Nothing keeping another tragedy to have more bodies sweeping up, or have more bodies sitting around getting stank and having maggots everywhere. This is our reality right now. Now, we can live in La La Land. You can get distracted if you want. But like I said, I can only report on what the hell is happening and what is coming to fruition. That's what I'm saying. So make yourself useful. Start getting your alternative and your prepping done now. The stuff that you know that you'll be killing for. Have that already, so then therefore you'll be a little bit more prepared for the craziness to come.